Okay. What's mostly on your test is functions, graphs, slopes. So right here, number one, it says determine if each relation described in the table is a function. This right here would only be a relation. It's not a function. It's not a function because the x values repeat, meaning that we see the number 2 twice right here. 2, 3, -3, 2, -1. We can't have the 2 showing up twice as an x value. So simply put, a function cannot have an x value that repeats in a table, but a relation can. Okay? Going down to number 2. Determine if each of the following sets of points is a function. Remember, a function is a table or a set of points that do not have a set of x values that are repeated. So if we see the x value, if we see a -1 twice, 2 times as an x value in a set of points, that means that it is not a function. Okay, so for an example, A, what's the x value? 2, -2, 2, -2. The issue is that the x values are repeating itself, okay? So that means that this would not be a function. Why? Because a function cannot repeat the same x values. You cannot have the same x values in a function. Let's move down. For this one, 1, 2, 5, -2, -1. Same thing. We see a 1, 2, 5, -2, -1. All of these x values, they do not repeat itself. So that means this is a function. Now, again, we have a +1, a 2, a +5, a -2, a -1. We don't see any number that's in the x value that shows up more than once. Therefore now, it is a function. This has the same x value showing up twice. A 2 right here, a 2 right here, a -2 right here, a -2 right there. So it's not a function. A function cannot have the x value repeating itself more than once. Now, determine if the relation pictured on each graph is a function. This is called, when you see pictures or diagrams of graphs, this is called, you would do a vertical line test, okay? So let's look at this one. Let me focus. So this is the regular line right here, right? In a vertical line test, okay, this only hits the line 1. And I know this is once. I know this is a little hard to see, so let's move to this one. So for this one, we go straight down, vertical line test. This would be considered a function. Why? Because it only hits the line once, okay? You see that? You see that purple pen? We only hit the line once. Let's move on to the next one. We're doing the vertical line test. We see it hit it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. That means that it is not a function. Why? Because it hit it more than once. That means that this is a vertical line test. It has hit this graph more than once. That means that we have x values that are repeated more than once. So that means that we have values or set of points that have 2 as the x value more than once, okay? We have a set of points or a table that under the x value, the numbers are repeated more than once. Let's look at this one. The circle, vertical line test. It hit it 1, 2. It is not a function. Why? It hit it twice. Okay? Remember, a function cannot have the x values repeat itself. Okay? A function cannot have the x values repeat itself. Okay? And I want you to kind of do this on your own. Look at this one. Okay? If you were to do the vertical line test, look at this one. If you were to do the vertical line test, look at this one. If you were to do the vertical line test. Okay? All right. Now, let's move on. Okay. Hold on. Let me focus. These are graphs and functions. So, an example. What is the equation of the line that goes through points 8, 0, and 0, negative 4? Hint, use the formula sheet to determine the formulas needed to solve the problem. Now, if you were trying to find the equation, automatically you would do the slope formula to do your y2 minus y1 and your x2 minus x1. However, because we have our handy dandy calculator that you will be able to use, it will be easier. Hear me. It would be easier to use the calculator. Now, I'm going to show you what I'm going to put on the calculator. Hold on. Let me refresh it right here. So, excuse my curlicues, y'all. Excuse my curlicues. So right here, you can always go on this website to practice. It is ti84calc.com. And the thing that you are using, the calculator, is TI30XS, okay? All right. Hold on. Let me refresh this because I do not want to see that. Okay. Here we go because it's acting crazy. Anyways, the first thing that you would do, because it gives you the slope, because it gives you the points, it would be data. So in this, we would press data. This is a chart. Basically, like the charts that you saw on the first page is what this is. So this would be the X values. This would be the Y values. So what I need to do, I need to put the points 8, 0. You see it? 8, 0. This is my first step, by the way. 8, 0. 8, 0. And 0, negative 4. Okay? So on here, I'm going to put 8. Oh, sorry. I need to go out of that. Let's go back to this one. Let's clear it out. And of course, this is acting crazy when I'm trying to show what I need to show. But that's okay. We gonna get there. God almighty. Press data. 8. Press enter. This is your X value. Now, you don't need to go down vertically. You need to go on one column over here, one column over there, because it's one set of, it's an ordered pair. So 8 right here, 0 right here, press enter. Press enter. So you have your 8 and 0 because that's one of your first points. 8 and 0. Excuse my desk. I've been eating. 8 and 0. Now, then I will put 0, negative 4. So I'll go over here. 1 second.
My TV.
Okay, one moment.
My TV.
Okay, go in your room. I'm coming. You'll put 0.
0.
enter. You'll go over, negative.
No.
Hold on. Let me backspace.
Negative.
And go up.
Up and down.
Hold on. I need to go.
Both there.
0. Hey, stop. -4. And then you press enter. Okay? From there, after you inputted your X and Y values, you need to put second data.
There.
So go over here, second
There.
data.
There.
You would choose the number 2, go down, choose the number 2, and you'll press enter until you get to calculate.
Calculate.
Now, for here,
Here.
you go down,
To out. Dug out.
did I even choose the right thing? Because I'm up here. Okay, so you'll look at D is your slope. D, give me that. D, give me that now. Is your slope. Okay? Give it, Clay. D, give it. Is your slope. And E is your y-intercept, -4. So D is your slope, 0.5 or 1/2. And E is your y-intercept, -4. So where do we have a 0.5 and a -4? Right here. 1/2 x. Let me focus. 1/2 x and a -4 because it's y equals mx plus b. So A would be your answer. And I'm going to kind of let you look at that. So you can take a screenshot of it and kind of practice on Aztec.